Okay, another little catch-up video. I've separated this. Quite simple really. You just undo the bolts and it comes apart. I didn't even have to warm mine up. Basically that little shim goes in the bottom, then a spring, then that bit on top, and these are your banjos that are on the other side. Inside the banjo bits at the bottom there should be, which one's got one in? Because they didn't all have them in. Yeah, you see that little filter in the middle of the screen? There should be a filter inside each one. But there was only 3 missing. Not took any of these out yet because I'm going to do them bit by bit. I'm going to take them apart and lay them out and clean each top and half. You get a new diaphragm with the kit I've got, and all the sort of bits come in a bag. So I think that's the bit for the pressure regulator. Not sure where they go yet, but I'm just going to compare when I take them apart. That's the one. There's one inside. There's 2 inside there, I think in the bottom. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's one inside, seal inside and seal outside. So that's these 2. And I've just opened this packet, which is enable number 1, which is these 2, which I don't think they're any different in size. They look both the same to me. And then there's the little ones that go over here. I mean, all the seals and stuff look quite good. You can see the filter. Have a look at the filter. It's a bit gunky, not horrendous. Basically, I've laid them out in the way they came off. So that little plasticky kind of washer goes at the top there. Then that clip ring. Then the filter. Then the other clip ring. So I'm just going to clean this up and put this together. Then I'll strip the top bit, take that out and whatever filters in there and clean that. And then I'll do the bottom bit. I'm going to use Loctite 574 on the surfaces. My plan is to just do it in between everything, just a bead in between, not a bead but like a brush in between everything on both surfaces. There wasn't anything in it previously and it wasn't leaking, but my luck is that it will do. So yeah, I'm just on with a rebuild. I'll do a photo of it when it's all ready to sort of assemble. These are the injectors I got. These were like 20 quid each. Show you the Bosch number on there. That helps you try and sort them out. These are a little bit shorter. I've not compared them to the other ones. Well, they're going in anyway, but everybody says it doesn't matter. People use them and it still gets spraying in the same area. It's just not spraying in as far, but you might get a bit more atomization if it's spraying further up, a bit more flow. I don't quite know how it works, but they're not a vast amount. They're probably, I don't know, probably 10 or 15 mil shorter. But they're like 20 some, or just under 20 quid. Whereas the other ones, the lowest I could find them was 40 quid, so it's like half the price for a set of injectors. So, and people have said alternative to use is these. I think these are Mercedes ones, but these are just off eBay. Unfortunately, they do like a deal where you buy 7 and get them at a lower price, but they don't do 8. So I had to buy 1 and then buy 7. So 1 I paid 20-something quid, 22 quid for, and the rest I paid under 20 quid. But that's life, innit? This is, I'll just see if I can see that little hole. Yeah. So you see, where is it? Let me hold it up to here. Yeah, you can see there's a little hole there. In the middle sort of circle, you can see there's one small hole. That's the one they talk about that's got to line up with this little dot here. Because it's for the warm-up regulator, apparently. What I did when I first did it, you can see these little numbers here. I sort of sat it a certain way, I think it was that way, and numbered them, and then took everything out each one. I'm going to put them, they're all in pots that are numbered, and they're all going to go back in one. But yeah, like I say, 3 of them didn't have filters in. What I am going to do is just put my air compressor on at some point and just check these injectors and see if they do, if they do what the other ones did. if they all open at the power of my compressor, if they all open, then that means I had 3 that were opening and 5 that weren't. If none of them open, then that means I've got 3 that were faulty and were opening too early. Which I'd just like to know which way around it was. But yeah, so I'm going to rebuild all this. I'm waiting for the filters, so I won't run it until I've got the filters. I am going to blow all the pipes out on the car as well. I'm going to take them all off and blow them all out. But I don't want to run it with 3 filters missing, even though I can change them when it's on the car, just in case it sucks some crap through and blocks up my new injectors. So I'm going to blow everything through, blow all the pipes through and fit it up. I'm going to put all these on just to the pipes. I'm going to get some jars and put them all in jars, and then I'm going to play about with the mixture screw, because I've took sort of this off. Then I can get the springy mixture screw off. Then you can see the actual screw in the bottom, and that was a bit seized up and stiff, so I imagine that was kind of slipping a bit because it was too stiff and it was popping out. So I WD-40'd that a bit, and I've worked that both ways and set that sort of in the middle of the adjustment, I think. But I think the plan is to connect it all up, and then I shall adjust it until when you turn the ignition on, nothing comes out of the injectors. I think that's how it's meant to be. And then you turn it till a little bit comes out, and that's it. Because obviously you've got to have a little bit, but mine, as soon as you turn the ignition on, they were virtually full spraying. The one I had out, it was virtually, a good spray. It did speed up when you press down the plate, but I think it was definitely, some of them were definitely spraying too much. So I'm going to adjust that and do it that way before I put the injectors in, because I daren't put any more fuel through the engine, because I think I'm going to be doing damage soon. Like I say, I've had so much fuel going through it, it's not great. It's not going to have done me new rings any good. Give the engine a good wash out. It's had an oil change and a good wash out, so any crap that was in there, any sealer that was in there from when I was putting together any of the Loctite stuff that dissolved, will have got flushed out, definitely. The sump's leaking a little bit, like I said before, but I'm going to just see how that goes, see if it dries up a bit and stops. Maybe because it's had fuel in it, maybe it's made it worse, but I'm going to nip it up a bit more and see how it goes. If not, I'm going to have to take that off at some point and redo it, but a few drips don't bother me, to be fair. I'm not as long as it's not piddling out. So yeah, I'm going to clean everything up with sort of brake cleaner and stuff. I'm going to build that one up, then I'm going to do the top, then the bottom, and then I'll get it all ready to put together. But yeah, the kit wasn't a Victor Hines kit, they're just nice clean pieces of carb. The kit was like 66 quid. They're meant to email with the instructions, but to be fair, it's pretty straightforward. I found pictures of a procedure online of how to sort of put it back together, which is like reverse taking it apart, and how to torque it up in the right order so you don't distort anything, so it don't grab in one side on the sort of little gasket thing, and try and keep it as clean as possible, and hopefully we'll be good to go. I did manage to pick up a steering wheel as well, because mine's got like an aftermarket sporty steering wheel. Did manage to pick up a 944 steering wheel, not 944, not proper 928 one, but it is blue. It's dark blue, which kind of looks black from a distance, but it is dark blue. So I bought some leather sort of primer, leather dye paint. So I'm gonna have a go at painting it black. I think I'll probably spray it on, so I'll probably do a video of that as well, because a blue one's probably worth less than a black one, a good black one, and it's in pretty good nick, to be fair. The stitching's worn a little bit, but it's in pretty good nick, so I just think it just looks proper, and I think it's slightly bigger than the one that's on it, so it might make the steering a little bit, lighter. So yeah, that's it for now. That's about where we are at the moment. I've been busy doing other stuffs. Yesterday, I was hoping to get onto this yesterday, and I ended up doing a turbo on one member of the family's Audi A4. Spent all day sort of cutting the seized up bolts and getting that off, and trying a second-hand one on that didn't fit, and I'm glad to do something that's nice spannering, to be fair, a bit of a break. But yeah, I'll sort of build it all up with all the seals and stuff, and then I'll do a video sort of just before I bolt it together, and I'll probably do a video of it when it's on, when I'm sort of trying to get the injectors set up properly. But yeah, if you're enjoying the vids, subscribe, give me some likes, tell me your experiences, if you've had any problems or you've used different stuff. Everybody says, some people say Loctite 515, but that's kind of the same as what 574. And the 574 is exactly for what I'm doing, metal on metal surfaces, so that's what I'm going to use. And like I say, that's meant to dissolve in fuel. It's obviously the fuel will, when it's not dry, it'll dissolve and wash away, which is kind of what you want. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Can always take it apart again. It's not the end of the world to take it apart, to be fair. It's not a bad job really. These are the seals that people are talking about. They're talking about when you put these on, if they don't stay on, I think you can use one of the old one, either that one or that one, the old one, and put it in the middle round it to hold the rubbers on. Then as you push it in, it'll peel itself off and come off. But I don't think I'll need to do that. We shall see. Okay, that's it for now. I'll keep you updated and see how we're going. Hopefully we'll have a running Porsche, don't fill itself with fuel by the end of the week, but you never know.